Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And today we have a new deck that's been added to Duel Links. Core of the Salamander. This deck is a BES and Gradius list, and it will allow you to play basically a bunch of machines that can't be destroyed by battle. Pretty late for a deck like this to come to Duel Links, but the cards are brand new. They were just printed in the TCG as well. So, this is literally the fastest we could have gotten this deck. Let's take a look and see what these new cards can do. So first up we have the Boss Monster, Super BES Metal Slave. It's a level 11 Dark Monster, 3,100 attack and defense points. You can send up to 5 level 10 or lower BES monsters with different names from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Then place counters on this card equal to the number of cards sent to the graveyard to activate this effect. You can only use this effect of Super BES Metal Slave once per turn. Once per chain, as a quick effect, you can remove one counter from this card, then target two face-up cards on the field, including one BES monster you control, and destroy them. So, you can destroy as many monsters as you want during your turn or during your opponent's turn to destroy your opponent's monsters. But every time that you do, you're losing counters, and you're also destroying your own monsters. It's an interesting idea. This is a powerful monster, so it will probably allow you to attack directly and win the game as long as you have other monsters to sacrifice to destroy your opponent's cards. Let's see if there's any synergy here. The next monster is BES Derringer Core. Level 10 Light Machine Monster, 1,900 attack points, 3,000 defense points. You can reveal one other BES monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand, then place 3 counters on this card. During the main phase, you can remove one counter from this card to activate one of these effects. Add one Boss Rush, or one spell or trap that mentions it from your deck to your hand, or special summon a level 9 or lower BES monster from your graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card's counters do not prevent it from being destroyed by card effect, and also there's not really like a way to revive it from the graveyard. Okay, interesting. Alright, we have the new field spell. Well, this is not new, but it's a card that was not in Duel Links. BEF Zelos. When this card is activated, you can add one Boss Rush from your deck to your hand. And since this card mentions Boss Rush, you can search it with Derringer Core. All BES monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense points. Your opponent cannot target them with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's a pretty solid protection ability. Not being targeted and not being destroyed means that even if your opponent negates their effects, they can't destroy them with cards like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, so interruption becomes much less dangerous for you. Once per turn, you can special summon one BES monster from your hand. If a BES monster is normal or special summoned to your field, place a counter on it. Cool. Alright, next up we have the brand new continuous spell, Boss on Parade. When this card is activated, add one BES monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy one monster in your hand or on your field. If you do, special summon one light machine monster with 1,200 or less attack and 1,000 or less defense from your deck to either field. You can banish this card from your graveyard to place one Boss Rush from your deck or graveyard face up on your field. You can only activate one Boss on Parade per turn. So this is an interesting card. It allows you to draw a BES card, but then it only lets you special summon Gradius monsters. Now, BES and Gradius kind of have like this video game theme going between the two of them. But the problem is that there's 2 new skills and they kind of like cancel each other out. So I don't know if this card itself is going to see too much play. Then you have Gradius Cyclone Laser, which is an equipped spell for Gradius. Gradius' option, which lets you copy Gradius' stats. A BES Big Core, which if it's normal summon, you place 3 counters on it, and then if it battles, you have to remove a counter or destroy it. BES Crystal Core, which lets you change an attack position monster your opponent controls to defense position. BES Tetran, which can remove a counter to destroy a spell or trap on the field. Boss Rush, which is you cannot normal summon or set during the end of the turn that a BES monster or big core is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon a BES monster or big core from your deck, which is an interesting idea. A BES covered core, which lets you this card lets you toss a coin to remove counters rather than just always removing the counter. Option Hunter, which I think this is supposed to reference Gradius, but it doesn't really seem like it. Activate only when when a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. Gain life points equal to the original attack of the destroyed monster. Victory Viper XX03. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate one of these effects. This card gains 400 attack permanently. Target a face-up spell trap on the field and destroy it. Or special summon an option token. Its type, attribute, level, attack, and defense are always the same as this card. Power Capsule. Select a Victory Viper XX03 and then use one of its effects. BES Big Core Mark II, which can normal summon itself without tributing if you control no monsters. But it doesn't get a counter unless it's special summoned. And then as this card attacks, there is attack to remove one counter from it at the end of the damage step if you cannot destroy it. Jade Knight, which prevents your opponent's monsters, or prevents your monsters from being destroyed by traps. And then if it's destroyed by battle, you can add one level 4 light machine monster from your deck to your hand. This card in particular is interesting because this card is very clearly meant to be a Gradius support card, but since it has 1800 defense points, the Gradius skill stops you from playing it. So I really don't know what's going on with these skills. Falchion Beta. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate one of these effects. Send a light machine with 1200 or less attack from your deck to the graveyard. Target a light machine in your graveyard and special summon it. Pretty interesting. Lord British Space Fighter. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, select and activate one of these effects. You can attack once against in a row, select and destroy one set card on the field, or special summon one multi-token. I think this is the first Yu-Gi-Oh card that's ever referenced an actual country in the world, so that's interesting. Delta Tri. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate one of these effects. Target an appropriate Union monster in your graveyard and equip that target to this card, or target one face-up light machine monster you control, shuffle it into the deck, and then draw one card, which, why would you ever do that? Trigon, which is the intended Union monster. Once per turn during your main phase, you can equip this card to a machine monster you control as an equip card, or unequip it to special summon an attack position. While equipped to a monster destroyed by an effect, if the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, select and special summon one level 4 or lower light machine monster from your graveyard. If the equipped monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. I mean, the ideas are interesting, but the problem is that you're not going to destroy monsters by battle with 1200 attack points. And even if you could, that's not really... You don't have a main phase 2, so it doesn't really give you the opportunity to use these cards in any meaningful way. Dragon Laser. Send one Trigon equipped to a face-up Delta Tri you control to the graveyard and destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Now this is, in theory, an interesting idea, but how are you going to equip... Like you have to normal summon the Delta Tri, then you have to normal summon the Trigon and then equip it. So that's 2 turns to get this effect off. BES Big Core Mark III. If your opponent controls a monster, you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is normal or special summon, place 3 counters on it. Cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled, remove 1 counter from this card. If you cannot destroy it, you can banish this card from your graveyard to shuffle all BES monsters from your graveyard into the deck. So this card is the only good existing BES card that supports the Metal Slave. Pretty interesting card. BES Blaster Cannon Core, level 9, 3000 defense points. If your opponent controls no more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon BES Cannon Core once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, place 3 counters on it. Cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled, remove 1 counter from this card if you cannot destroy it. And lastly, we have Victory Viper T301. When attack is declared involving your face-up monster and an opponent's monster, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Other light machine monsters you control gain 1200 attack points. This is the only way that Gradius can actually function. And even then, their cap is 2400. So So let's see this and see what these skills do. New legendary skill, destroy them all. You can only use the skill's second effect once per duel. At the beginning of your first turn, send one light machine monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is going to be your Victory Viper. Then place one boss on parade from outside your deck face up on your field. During all of your turns, you can normal summon twice, but you cannot normal or special summon any monsters except light machine monsters with 1200 or less attack, 1000 or less defense, Gradius's option, and tokens. So that prevents you from summoning Jade Knight because it has 1800 defense points, and it prevents you from summoning the Trigun. So you can't even use the Union monster unless you mill it somehow. During your main phase, you can add monsters to your hand up to the number of light machine monsters you control +1, choosing among light machine monsters in your deck and or Gradius's option cards from outside your deck. So you don't have to play Gradius's option, you can just draw it by using the skill. But you can only use it once per duel. And so like if you... it has to be during your main phase. You can add monsters to your hand up to the number of light machines you control +1. So you do get to normal summon twice. So you normal summon 2 of them, then you get to draw 3 cards. I mean, it's an interesting idea. But essentially, you're going to say, okay, I have got 2 Gradius cards on the field. Then I special summon my Vic Viper from my graveyard. Now I have 3 monsters with 2400 attack points. And that's it. If you go first, you're just passing on 2400 attack points. Or not even 2400 attack points, because it's only when an attack is declared. So you're passing on 2 monsters with 1200 attack points, hoping your opponent will just attack into them with a monster that has less than 2400 attack points. And that's it. So this seems really bad. Okay, the other skill is BES Rush. You can only use the skill second and third effects once per duel. During your turn, you cannot special summon any monsters except BES monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck. So right away, this skill prevents you from using the second effect of the new card, Boss on Parade. So, because that's a Gradius support card. It does let you draw a BES monster, but it doesn't do anything else for BES. And there's no BES monsters that have 1200 or less attack and are light. Send one Boss Rush or one Spell Trap that mentions it from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add one BES monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so that would allow you to... This allows you to turn off your Boss Rush when you no longer need it so that you can start normal summoning again, which is pretty good. Can be activated from turn 2 onward if you control no cards in your field zone. Set one BEF Zelos from your deck. Otherwise, draw 1 card or add 1 Super BES Metal Slave from your deck to your hand. Pretty solid. So if you have Zelos, you do get to then just draw your Metal Slave and try and win the game. You still don't have too many great options. It's not like you can special summon a bunch during your turn, so it's not like you're going to be able to summon a bunch of monsters that you can potentially like summon from the extra deck. You can't really link summon something because you're not going to be able to play like 3 BES cards in one turn. You do have the field spell, so as long as you have the field spell, you can potentially pass on like 1 high defense monster, and then your opponent can't destroy it in battle because of its own effect, can't destroy it by card effect, and can't target it. So they have to kind of remove it in some other way. Now, that's basically the same thing as playing Lunalights and passing on the Leo Dancer, but she has more attack points, she's going to win the game, and you don't need a field spell. So, and Lunalights don't typically see play because people have gotten used to dealing with the can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effect cards. Dingirsu is not nearly as popular as it used to be, but there are other ways to get rid of those cards. So we'll have to see. Anyway, that is the decks. I'm not impressed. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.